Apple also enters the world of virtual reality / augmented reality, and in a super exclusive, we have one of the Apple Vision Pro to show you. Here it is. I'm kidding, of course. The visor will be available in the US from early 2024. Although at Apple's last developer conference, a small group of journalists had the opportunity to try it for real. Among those lucky ones represents my friend Iake Dale, who sent me this audio immediately after trying it out.
Light tracking is really nonsense stuff. It takes you 10 seconds to get used to it, and then it looks like you've always used it. The gestures are cool, and the craziest thing is that you can use them from undone. That is, even if you really do the gestures next to your leg with your arm resting on it, that is, they work. And the coolest thing is that it's all studied in three-dimensionality. That is, the other visors at the end of the day always have, apart from games, always have a dude interface in a tread environment, whether they are screens, whether they are applications, whether they are situations, whether they are interactive Lavani, or whether it's even on other things. This stuff here is a tread interface in a tread environment is all incredibly cool.
The Apple people never fail. They come after the others, but they come with a flawless product that really works. In this video, we will focus on the financial part of this innovation. What are the stocks to buy? What are the stocks to sell? But most importantly, how do we make a profit? Let's not beat around the bush. It really seems that the people at Apple have succeeded where Meta has failed. If it was certainly Mark Zuckerberg who had the intuition that the cell phone in the future will no longer be enough, it was Apple who created a truly usable and functioning device, which as usual comes late, but when it arrives, it does so with a product that rocks. Easy to use, and most importantly integrates with the ecosystem we already use. Let's start with Apple shares. Are they worth buying? Despite the fact that the shares are at all-time highs, and despite the fact that the market did not reward Apple shares immediately after the presentation of the new visor, in our opinion, Apple shares are worth having in the portfolio. The company confirms that it is one of the few companies with a clear vision for the future, but more importantly, it remains one of the few companies in the world that prioritizes customer experience and satisfaction. Mind you, Apple products are among the very few in the world that have no instructions for use. This is because they are designed to be extremely intuitive, such that instructions are not needed. Elon Musk has always said that if a product needs instructions, it means it is broken. Well, it certainly seems that Apple has espoused this theory in full. It is not going to be an easy path for Apple. Between now and the next few years, it will go through some difficult times because it has become a huge company. Like all huge companies, it will be accused of not allowing competition, and there will be some who will propose to spin it off because it has become too big and powerful. These difficult times that will result in a drop in the stock will be the times that we will use to buy the stock at a discount. Apple stocks are not the only ones we decided to buy after the arrival of the visor. Another stock we decided to bet on is Disney, a company that, among other things, is on an all-time low. Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, even spoke at the unveiling of the new Apple visor, revealing a partnership between Disney and Apple, telling that Disney will be at the forefront of developing products for this visor. I'm going to get straight to the point. In my opinion, in 10 years, there will be no more Disney theme parks. Parks that have absurd costs, and everything will be replaced by virtual reality experiences. No roller coaster lines, no staff at the ticket counters, no maintenance to make the park's turf perfect. In a nutshell, this visor will give Disney the opportunity to eliminate an absurd amount of costs while keeping only the revenue. But Luca, this visor costs so much, not everyone will have it. True, but no one is going to prohibit Disney from buying lots of visors and putting them in the thousands of outlets it is already at scattered around the world. Do you have a visor? You can ride the roller coaster from the comfort of your own home. Don't have a visor? All you have to do is go to one of the many Disney stores scattered around the world, and for the modest sum of €9.90, you can ride a roller coaster with Mickey Mouse sitting next to you. Some time ago, we did a video where we talked about Disney, a video in which we said that we would go short on the Disney stock to gain from any decline. At InvestBiz today, we are closing this short on Disney and going bullish. By the way, on the short, we made a profit because we had opened the trade when the stock was around $100 per share. And today we are closing them around $90.92. Another company we decided to invest in following Apple's presentation is Unity Software. Spoiler, this stock is also on an all-time low. Unity Software, I read, is a US-based company specializing in the development of software and platforms for the creation and distribution of video games, simulations, and other real-time interactive applications. Founded in 2004, Unity Software has become one of the leading companies in the game development industry, offering one of the most popular and widely used game engines in the world called Unity. The engine Unity allows developers to create interactive games and applications for different platforms, including PC, consoles, mobile devices, and virtual reality. In a nutshell, as was mentioned in the presentation, thanks to Unity, anyone can create an application for Apple's Visor. We had already talked about this company back in the days of the Meta Viewer, as it is practically the only software in the world that can enable these developments. The company is currently losing money, but we are convinced that through this partnership with Apple, it can attract the attention of investors. By the way, just because it was mentioned in Apple's presentation, Unity's stock gained plus 17% in a single session. Despite this, however, the stock is still very, very low, so we at InvestBiz are buying it. The third stock we decided to buy is a stock that went up so much during the pandemic. Thanks to its software, we have discovered remote work, and even so many people have discussed their dissertations through it. I am talking about Zoom, the software that revolutionized online work. This company was also mentioned in Apple's presentation as an example of a company ready to offer a completely new experience through the Visor. Zoom is also on an all-time low after mega rises during the pandemic. This novelty of virtual reality/augmented reality could restore investors' appetite. From these prices for us at InvestBiz, the stock is buy. These were the companies that we decided to buy. We decided to invest in them, but we at InvestBiz have also identified stocks to shorts on which precisely to bet on the downside, since they are likely to be overwhelmed by this news from Apple.